Hello, my soul friends. How are you? We are coming towards August 2020. So let's review and reflect upon where we've been energetically and vibrationally through July. Many of you have been feeling the disruptive energies that I told you about in the July forecast. There was a lot of reorganization, rearranging, making the necessary disruptive changes, that creative chaos that is so important to lead the way into the new energies that are coming in for 2021, which we will be feeling as we go into August 2020. So, reflecting and redirecting of life choices, decisions, really tidying up the loose ends of the bookend of that Mercury retrograde shadow, which was coming to an end in July 2020. We have on the 3rd of August, we have a new moon, and this moon will be asking us as we go into the first week of August. And for those of you who are really super sensitive, really psychic, very, very in tune with shifts in the vibrations like myself, you will be feeling those August energies of that moon, usually 5 to 7 days before the actual event. Because that's what we do. We are meant to pick up on energies and frequency changes before, so that we can, in our soul roles as teachers, healers, givers, carers, we can help others to navigate through those vibrational shifts. So there will be a sense with that moon in August, on August 3rd, of having to release the tension, having to go with the flow more and not be so rigid, not be so detached. I'm getting this sense of this image of like you're at this beautiful big moon party and you're kind of sitting on the sidelines, you're not engaging, you're not interacting, you're not connecting. There's going to be a need for you, if you felt that detachment, especially in the last week or two of July, a sense of being aloof in your energy and not quite feeling connected to life, to your friends, your family, your loved ones, your partner, not feeling connected to your work. It's really important that as you approach the beginning of August, that you make an effort to be nice and loose, to stop digging your heels in and digging your nails into how you think things should be, and moving with the flowing energies of 2020, which is helping us to adapt and to readjust to how things are. And that will be important as we move forward in these frequencies, in these vibrations of August, September, October. Pushing against is pointless, especially at this time. Trying to force, trying to chase is going to burn up your energy very quickly, and the universe is not supporting that manipulative, forceful resistance anymore. So in the 5D frequencies, everything is about ease and flow, ease and flow. So it's up to you to create that ease, to create that flow by adapting to new situations, adapting to the new normal, to the new way you're doing your job, finding a better routine that adapts you to the new version of how your lifestyle is. Also with your exercise, with your body movement, with your diet, you will be making adaptations. You will be tweaking and changing, and this can feel disruptive. If you've ever suddenly overnight decide to change your diet, maybe you decided to go fully vegan, or maybe you've just decided you're going to change from eating one way. Maybe you've been eating high carb and now you're going to go low carb, high fat, switch it over. You'll know how disruptive that can be, not only to your body, but to your thoughts, your emotions, your vibration, because it can be a shock to the body and a shock to the system. Well, try to find ways to ease yourself into that and to be flexible. So August is about finding that flexibility that works for you and making those active steps to integrate those changes. Now, any disruption that you're having to embrace, and for some of us, we already got that disruption a week ago, again, picking up on energies a week or two before the mass consciousness, before it hits the mass consciousness, is very, very common with healers and shamans and spiritual teachers. And again, that's for information. So, and that's how we can, it's like we can recover and we can find our balance again so that we can be of service to people who are feeling it at the time of the moon or the shift or the gateway point. So, you might be feeling a sense of peacefulness and contentment wash over you just in the last week of July. And that is quite a positive time, because we're leaving the Cancer season behind and we're going into Leo. And Leo is all about the sun. So this is your time to rise and shine. Leo is about shining out confidently, that lovely yellow, lion energy out into the world, making no apologies for who you are, and just owning yourself, owning your independence, owning the choices you've made for your life, and being comfortable in having clear boundaries. So, for instance, if you're like myself and you don't drink alcohol, it's about owning that and not being embarrassed or afraid or uncomfortable to declare that at a party or a wedding or whatever. I was actually just talking about this today with the lads that I work with in addiction recovery, and they were saying how difficult it is when they have to tell people in their life now, well, I don't drink or I don't use drugs, or and people can be really resistant to that and be like, well, why? Like, you're going to be boring or whatever. And I was saying to them, I decided from a young age that I wasn't going to drink alcohol or do drugs, because I knew it wouldn't blend with being a healer and on the path that I knew that I was on. And that took courage, and it was hard because growing up in Irish society, which is a very pro-alcohol, very strong drinking culture here. If there's any celebration or event, there's usually alcohol around it. So being the one person saying no thank you was difficult when I was younger. But once I found a way to own that and to respect my choice, and I was clear with that boundary, and I didn't allow any wriggle room for people to cross that boundary. Once I was comfortable with my choice, nobody bothered me after that. There was a big shift in the outer reflection because the inner reflection had shifted. I wasn't hiding or embarrassed or feeling like, I was a party pooper, because I wasn't. I'm always somebody who is the first up on the dance floor. I love a good celebration as much as the next person. I just don't drink at the celebration, which is fine. It works for me. So that's what August is about. It's about tapping into your authentic self and owning that, whatever that is for you, and being neutral when you express that to people. Not feeling inadequate or insignificant or embarrassed, but not being like proud aggressive and being like, I don't do this, but finding that lovely balanced neutral place and being able to hold your own, hold your energy, and saying, well, actually I choose not to do that, or this is the way I'm living my life now, or I've actually decided I won't be spending time with that person anymore. So really claiming, owning your empowering boundaries that enhance your well-being and enhance your sense of being comfortable and safe in the world. Now, having said that, the exception to the rule here for the energies of August is, with the disruption, with the need to be flexible, we don't want to have too many rigid boundaries where we're actually blocking experiences and adventures out. We don't want to reject a chance to have an intimate or deep moment of connection with somebody. So it's about finding that ease and flow, that balance, that lovely middle ground of knowing myself, knowing what I'm comfortable with, knowing where my boundary is in regards to different aspects of what I want in my life, but also having spent time in quarantine, really getting to know the new you, also being able to say, well, I'd like to explore this now. I'd like to try out this adventure. I would like to meet new people. So I'm going to be more open. I'm going to be more relaxed. And I'm going to give myself a chance to adapt to this new situation, to be more flexible, and understanding that in order for you to have that new adventure, that may require you to let go of rigid ideas and concepts, let go of old, rigid, worn out beliefs about who you are and how you are in the world and what you're doing and how you like to do it. So there will be a lot of changes, but they're going to bring positive new understandings to yourself and your life. The disruption, the things that you're allowing yourself to adapt to and you're bringing out your flexible nature with are going to feed you and fuel you in the future. They're going to come back around. So let's take the example of maybe you have social anxiety and you've been invited to a big wedding and you're nervous going to this wedding because usually you feel really shy, you kind of hide yourself away, and you're not comfortable being around all these new people. With these new energies, you have the support to say, I'm going to go to this event and I'm going to free my mind. I'm going to let go of my fears. I'm going to change my perspective on how I approach this new situation. I'm going to see it as an adventure, and I'm going to see it as something that is going to enrich me and benefit me. And I'm going to see my fear or anxiety from the other end of the spectrum and actually decide that that's actually excitement. That's actually joy and an excitement about having this new experience. And you will be amazed when you open your mind to that and you drop all your preconceived ideas about who you were, who you are, how you are at these things, and you just allow yourself to blossom into this new 5D version of yourself. You will be amazed at the opportunities, the doorways that open, the people you cross paths with at this event. This is the kind of energies that we're walking into. So you may as well enter this new season with the freedom to choose to shine, the freedom to acknowledge that you have an inner sun, you have your inner light, and you want to bring it out into the world, and you're not going to be hiding away in the corner apologizing for your existence. because that old way is not being supported anymore. You can't do the whole pull up the hood and zip up the hoodie and not connect. If you felt a lack of connection at the end of July, don't worry about that. That's going to shift now. There is going to be a quickening of energies as we move through August. Things will really get busy. Things will really start to pick up pace. The rhythm, the vibrations are much higher and faster as we move into the middle and the end of August. So, it's better to walk in to Leo season with your heart chakra open, arms wide open, consciousness expanded, and saying, okay, Source, do with me what you will. I'm ready for this new adventure. I'm open to these new energies that I know are very much connected with 2021. So the more I adapt and embrace these August energies, the easier the flow into 2021 is going to be for me. So this is just a snippet of what I'm receiving about these new energies. I've had so many uploads, lots of visits and activations. July has definitely been intense, but it's also been very productive and very effective in adapting to new ways of being, new ways of working, and setting up those structures. And if you haven't done this, do this as soon as you can. Get clear about the structures that you want to have in place and implement them now, because you're just going to make it easier to get that stuff done. Is going to help you integrate smoother as we move forward, because the energies are speeding up. I got that in an upload a few days ago, and I just felt like it was like suddenly just press play and the energies were like, whew, there was a sudden increase in rhythm and movement, and I could feel it all around me with people walking by and their energy fields. I could see it, and that kind of stagnant pause that we felt is moving forward, and you may as well get on the fast train and get up to speed with it. So if you found this helpful, if you like this content, please give my video a like, a thumbs up. I appreciate you very much, and I look forward to doing more videos. If there's any questions you have about anything of a spiritual, esoteric nature, I would love to hear about them in the comments, and I will do videos on that for you in response to your questions. So much love.